So people, today we're gonna model a cordless drill. This is a test model from yesterday at night while I was thinking on what approach I'm going for. And you can see it sometimes often starts very ridiculous, but this is more, trying to figure out how do I get started with that. And yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So I have one cordless drill here, which I'm gonna need for tomorrow because the couch is coming tomorrow and I have to assemble it. It's gonna be delivered tomorrow, and this one will maybe make it into my main animation, but I'm not sure yet. So I thought it's fun to do this together again. Yesterday again made some tests to see how would I approach that, similar to the camera system. When it comes to technical stuff, which has cordless drill is actually more complex than than you would think. Um, or let's say the shape of those guys are, if you want to make a one piece out of this, at least, if I make several pieces, that's not gonna be too difficult. And also for game stuff, you can use other approaches, but I think this method is gonna be fine for what I need. So I think I'm gonna use the same method as I did with the camera. Um, and then later on cleaning it up a little bit. I think that's gonna be helpful. Yeah. So I have here my resemble my thing in front of me. I don't want to clone it, but it's good to have some references, for stuff like this. So every object, everything in the real world is so freaking detailed, actually. Um, it's crazy when you get started with whatever you create, if it's a drawing or if it's modeling, or maybe you're gonna do something in the real world with wood, then you'll be surprised how many details are in ordinary everyday objects. It's crazy. They are all like little pieces of art if you want. You could see them like that. People don't see them, but they are actually all style, even like a doorknob or something. Look at those things when go through, check out the different kind of. I mean, I- I'm not saying be distracted by every little object you see, but if you want to model something, yeah, you get a better understanding for that. Anyway, so I'm all over the place today. Turning this on, I like. Oh, maybe we don't need that. Oh, let's leave it on. Okay, I thought it's fun to do it together. So I thought this method is pretty good. This is what I'm gonna use. So I'm recording this here. Maybe I will shut up today for real for a while. Listen to music when I feel like it. But I think this is a good method. So producing this guy is the idea, and then making it to a mesh like so, and then cleaning it up a little bit. But before I would convert this to a mesh, I would probably prepare something that a cleaning process is easier. It doesn't have to be the best object in the world, really not, because I don't have the time for that. There are a lot of distractions for. I want to finish my main animation, but yeah. Okay, let's get started with a cube. Size doesn't really matter so much. It's not a real. Um, I mean, it's always good to have the appropriate size, but yeah, it's okay. There is no standard size for for cordless drill, right? Okay, yeah, let's use this method again here. I'm just gonna copy the modifier spec on them like so, and this is how we start. So you can see this, we're using a bevel here and 20%. I think one is sufficient, makes it also easier to clean later. Um, yeah, and then subdivision 2 would also work, I think. What I would like to do is set shade auto smooth. Um, that's gonna be helpful. And we go into this view for now, but later we switch, because it really helps when you apply some materials. It really helps to visualize it better. And if there is time and I think about that, I'm gonna show you, you know, the stuff you know, how do you call it actually? The drill itself. You know, the metal piece in front which you insert into the cordless drill, right? Or those adapters. I have a cool version figured out already, I think 1 or 2 years ago, by trying to create an ice cream. uh, if I think of, I can show you this. Anyway, okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna put this guy here in front of me. I can see we start with the bottom. You know, let's do this one here. Maybe already kind of okay. Let's say this is like so. And I maybe need a little time. I'm always nervous. So when I talk a lot of things, you know, it gets better after a while. So yeah, we use also. I wonder if I should set it up so that you understand what we do, but it's yeah. Let's do that maybe. Huh? Let's do it manually. So let's say we start with a cube, and then I'm making this guy small. Okay, let's use a fine number for the video or not. This is weird. I'm used to that I could select all those things all at once, but in Linux Mint sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why. Anyway, so okay, now we need some modifiers at bevel. Then we need percentages. In this case, I choose 20, and we say limit method will be weight, and then subdivision control 1 or 2. Let's use 3. This doesn't really matter, but I like when they are looking equal. Okay, yeah, let's bring this guy up 1 meter. No, this doesn't make sense. This wouldn't work anymore. Doesn't really matter. It's okay. Doesn't have to be that way. So that works, and because we're gonna model this guy, stretching it anyways. Okay, I think I could maybe already do that. So it already has this little shape here. And now I have to check a little bit. Yeah, extrude and then like so. Maybe not like that. Let's keep it similar to this guy here. We're gonna do it in this way, and it might be better. Up. I didn't do it like that yesterday. And it's actually, I don't think it's needed. It looks like those weights for bodybuilding. So let's see. No, we don't need that for now. This is good. So I can accelerate here a little bit. Oh, this is the wrong guy. By checking out. I mean, this is not actually a better approach, but I wanted to do it again, and you know, if I do similar things in the past, in the future, this is also the wrong way. Which one is the right one then? This one? I think I overrode it. I think I'm gonna copy this guy and reopening this one here. I do not want to override that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's You can hear it in my voice. I'm not quite there, I think. So, okay, this guy is our reference, and here we go. You can check what I did yesterday. I used this one here. Okay. Cut it out again. Yeah. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah. That makes sense. And on top, probably I also didn't use. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, so that's always good to keep, model practice is important, because even though you create stuff, if you stop for a while, you get things quickly, but you also remember things quickly. That's good. It's the same with language learning. So if you stop using a language for a while, you forget about that, but you will relearn very fast. I keep talking about that, I think. So, you know what, I'm gonna put this guy here. So, like that or like that. I took this guy in for a little bit, yeah. Yeah, that is good. In this way, you can also, create some fancy futuristic weapons. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think a bit wider in here. Okay. It's really so that's really good. I'm recording this for myself also. So I think we are too long. That's why it looks like. Now I understand that. So we are too long. This is why it really looks like the hair blower rather than yeah, this one, right? This looks For the handyman with some styling emergencies. On the one hand, he has oh, this is actually maybe better. No. Hmm? Yeah. This later on. What we also can do is we can, create when we're happy. So that's when we're happy, then we put this aside, because maybe later we're gonna have like a mesh which has the shape of a cordless drill, and then we make it to a mesh, clean it, and then we can also add some more details. What I mean is we're adding I cannot think right now, it's too I'm still drinking coffee and I'm hurrying up too much. It's not necessary. Yep. So the problem with the recording is, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, but I always feel nervous to show something good immediately, and this is too. I have to step down a little bit, so that's why. Meaning, I always wanna, I like recording. It's just my nature is always wants to show something, something of interest, Mm. So anyway, let's see. Okay. So meaning if I think I have the feeling I have to hurry up or I have to be fast for you, then it's good to not to just do the opposite for a second to lose that already. Okay. So when we say auto smooth, I like right click and shade auto smooth. I mean, there was this huge big deal when you may remember that when this smooth modifier was becoming a modifier. I think meanwhile it's pretty second nature again, so I'm pretty happy with this guy here so far. Yeah, I think it's good now. I mean, it was a little bit weird at first when they changed the way you would handle the modifier, the smooth modifier. I mean, this guy here, but it makes sense meanwhile because you can really change those settings here. But at first it felt like wrong. So, but I think they did a good job on this. Now I think that. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. So I don't think that would be helpful, but let's drag this back a little bit. I think that's better. But now this is not better. Let's try something else. I mean, this is stuff I could maybe later add because, while this is kind of cool, I like it actually. Maybe I should build a weapon instead of that. So, this one is wrong. And is this correct now? Yeah. Here we go. Let me see. I think could Could it be that this is still too white? Huh? Maybe it's too thin now, too fragile. If this falls down the ladder, it breaks immediately. Ladder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I don't like it, whatever I did. Yeah, we have to do this again. I think this has to go a little bit like so, yeah. Buddy. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. It's so funny the amount of ways you can model those things, you know. Technically, you could also sculpt that. Maybe without that. Let me see my reference here. Okay, I see that this goes really a little bit inside, so we leave this one here. Just so, maybe. And this one also. Mm-hmm. So I think I see. Ah, yeah. The problem. Yeah. I think that was the weird thing. Yeah, a little detail, you know. That's why it's good to have a reference because, like, those objects, you know, compared to the stuff you do out of your imagination or fantasy, the fantasy stuff is great because you have more freedom. And but more realistic stuff, it's really, I mean, I think everybody needs a little bit of a reference. Um, Also artists, you know, when they learn at school how to paint, you know, if you're lucky and you learn that at school. Um, um, Although not everybody needs that, some people are naturally gifted having a great understanding of drawing, but technically they just, you know, um, the brain learned this kind of art then prioritized, meaning they, I think when some people are gifted, they just, the brain is just prioritizing a special tea already. And then you practice because you like doing it already, and so you get better and better. Um, just get rid of this again. I mean, those things do not really matter. It's kind of fun checking this out right now, but this is a detail we need later, not now. This one here I don't like. Something is not quite right here. Already did I made a mistake here? Let's see, where is our line? And this doesn't look good. I got lost here. See that? So I think I have to be more careful now. Gonna use the backup. It's not often that I need a backup. Except when it comes to cars. Yeah, I did this similar method. Okay, let's just focus this time. Sure, we could fix that, but it's probably easier to do it this way, you know. Let's get rid of this for now. Yep. So. Remember correctly, yeah. This one, I think I did like that. I was pretty happy with this. I mean, this method is, I think, at least I like this method because you have to either, you know, to clean it or to read Podigy, this kind of thing, if you want to use it for game engines, but it gives you, you know, you can design things easily. I like that. Designing part is good. So, also let's make it auto smooth again. It helps. Check. I see. Safe in between. Okay. This I like this one here, the shape of it, but it was screwed up already. Now we have the right thing, I think so. Let's use this guy here. Yeah. And so that's a little bit too much. So, for the hardworking people, that's the the battery. That's it lasts for 1 week straight without charging. It never fails. Yeah. So. Let's see. Yeah, if I increase that, but I have this here going on, and say I would. I'm not sure. This is probably not a good idea, but maybe it could. With the bevel, with this bevel method, it's best thing is always if you have a whole bevel loop, and you can be sure certain it's correct. Maybe maybe this one here, boom, and no, I don't like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not sure about this area here. Um, hmm? Ah, yeah. So, oh, that's pretty okay. I'm gonna put this guy here aside. Copy. I always work like that from right to the left. It's my left side is always the backups, but not sometimes if I need them like temporary backups. Sometimes I just push them. Yeah. So. Okay. So, Mr. Hairdryer, what else do we need here? This might be a little bit too big already. Let's see what happens if I do that. No. No. Um, no. Wait, I think this is... that's helpful. So... like so. And this eye is also stupid a little bit. Why? I like this is... just too big. Yeah. And now this is... yeah, I see. Oh, I see. Let's keep it like that. What? No, I messed it up. Yeah. Wait a second. First, I have to be in this mode. Now I can do that. Yeah, that's safer. Yep. I can drag that. Yeah. A good thing is it doesn't have to be too realistic because my Robert Waltons, they will use that guy, so it doesn't have to be, you know. Oh boy. I think this is here too more like a weapon than let's get rid of this. Yeah. But I think what will help if we have the front done well. Ah, yeah, that was a good step. This one here is. Yeah. Something like that. Something like this one here. No, this is not it. That's not it. No, 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 no. Not like that. Um, mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's more like it. And also I see they have a slight angle actually. At least mine does. Which I wouldn't have thought of. But before we do that, you know what, that gets too annoying here a little bit. Put them on a side. Backup. No, it's just one backup. And off. Actually, this one we don't need. Light we also don't need. And save it. Okay. So looks slightly, just a little bit. So you know, probably also makes it easier to stand on the guy here. Which reminds me, I think. What? Let's go down a little bit. No, not like that. So now that I see that from the side, it looks a little bit thin, but I think more disturbing is this guy here. No, that's too much. That is too much. I think I did this before, like so, right? So. Yeah. And now we can. No, no, that was wrong. I mean, this is actually not so. Hmm. Wonder do I need that? maybe. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, actually, it's actually like that a little bit, one piece. It's just I think this one here is stupid. Well, not stupid, but it's not really making sense. Yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I think maybe. Hmm? You know what? I think maybe this one. This can be like that. That maybe. Let's see. It's probably not a good idea. No, doesn't even do that. What I thought. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's good. We're gonna Mm-hmm. Let me see my guy. Actually, let me just get rid of this metal thing here. Yeah, I think maybe we're gonna split this guy. Maybe not. Mm-hmm. No, I think I had it better before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's try this one here. This method. Okay. Just for now, I want to fix something here. Yeah, maybe I'm too obsessed with this roundness here. Have to be round necessarily. And this, yes, but the other one not. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's it's different to what I have in front of me, but we're getting somewhere. Also, this area I probably should have done differently, but now I'm already stuck here, so I would have rather have a little bit, something like that. But to make this happen, this changes the front, which I don't want to deal with that right now. So, well, anyway, let's work with what I have here. This can be sharp. Can be sharp too. Maybe not so sharp. No, no, that's better. Okay, so then we have here another purple. But not like that. Like that. Yeah, it's backup time. I see. Oh, I think it crashes now. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little bit more unstable with Linux. I didn't have this experience with, let's see where we with Windows, but it always happens when I do a lot of undo things. Let's hope it's saved somewhere in between. Oh, of course, but maybe did I copy it? Crashes again. There's a copying issue for sure. Whatever this is causing it, but I'm gonna try it again if I'm lucky, or if I'm lucky. Yeah, at least I have this copy. So that's good, which means I can just reopen this guy here. And we lost our object a while ago, I think. So this is also old, but I have it still in the copy thing in the I copied before. That's my luck. Otherwise, I would be screwed. So I should remind myself to save in between more often. I mean, when it comes to So when it comes to crashes, I mean, this is just what I experienced. I don't know. There, could be my stupidity or not stupidity, but my lack of knowledge about Linux, because this is still a new operating system to me. And also, what I also keep saying is I cannot really compare that to Windows, because there is a huge difference. I used Windows my whole life, and Linux I use, I don't know, 3 weeks, a month maybe, I don't know. It's not a fair comparison by any means. So it will never be fair, because at the point when the time is equal, I might be dead already. So no, I cannot. Maybe over 80 years old could still be possible. Nonsense. 20 years. I mean, I didn't start with the age of 1, right? That was oh boy, the brain. And I didn't start with the age of 1. No, 20 years, so I could have 60. Oh, no. So when I'm 65, I can tell you what's better. So let's see. Yeah, save in between. Yeah, but do not be too. What did I do here? Let me see. So, don't know what I'm doing here. Open. So we don't need so many backups. So this one is important. This one, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, when it comes to crashes, it only happens when I do exactly that what I just did. When I copy and paste and then I undo stuff, then for some reason it seems to, my system seems to struggle. But it's also like, meanwhile, it's an older computer. It's I think from 2018. So it's something you can prepare by saving between, So and it's not like a huge problem, and maybe fixable. And I also have with Linux Mint still this experience that it sometimes doesn't shut down, but I realized I tried to change a bunch of things to make my Linux shut down everything, and I already forgot to how this works. Something also changing the bootloader, tried that one, reinstalled plenty of things I tried, but still I have this weird thing. Sometimes it doesn't shut down. Has maybe to do with when I plug in my external SSD, one of my main external SSD, then it seems to occur more often, but it actually shuts down and just doesn't power off, meaning the shutting down process is being done, the computer doesn't power off. And no matter what I do, if I go secure boot or whatever, even with my motherboard. But I remember that I updated my motherboard recently for Windows 11 because I tried to make my computer fit for Windows 11, which I can't do because my CPU is not supported. And the BIOS version I have is a beta version. Maybe it has something to do with that. Meanwhile, but what for sure always works, and that's also confirming my theory, is restarting is not an issue. So I can always restart. That means the power, the shutting down process is being done properly, and when it has never a problem with restarting it. But so what I have to do is basically just cut the currency energy, power of the power switch. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that I would do anyway. So it's not a big deal as long as the files are not getting corrupted. And yeah, but also there are some benefits to Linux. I have a symbol where how do I exert? No, how do I say that? Anyway, whatever. Maybe I think about this later. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Some advantage. I mean, one of the One of the things I like about the system is, I don't know, how can I show you this? Let's see, can I open something? Let's create a new document, a new folder. This folder, for example. And now what you can do is right click here and bring it always on top within Linux Mint. So this guy will always be on top. And then you can make it transparent, which I turned off because of Blender. I had some issues with that. But maybe I can still do it. Let's try this one. No, okay, let's, you know what, let's just not get too, okay. But it's a little feature which I enjoy. It's cool. Yeah, I think we are basically done with the main thing. I don't want to add too many details. The reason for that is if I want to clean it, I want to keep it simple, right? So on this one we're gonna eyeball. I'm gonna use a template. Cycle. Yeah. It's so crazy what you can do with Blender, you know. I also recently did a little bit of sculpting. I'm not doing much in sculpting, but it's crazy how, you know, I have a girlfriend went to Japan, took a picture of a statue, and I just, you know, for fun, modeled it a little bit, sculpted it a little bit, and it's really not, it's really looking pretty good. And the reason is everybody can sculpt in Blender if you get a little bit used to that, because I think what is cheating is the mirror modifier. Makes it much easier, and you can't do this in the real world. A huge advantage. A huge advantage. So. No, this is completely not helping, right? Maybe like so. No, also not helping. Maybe we need some shadow, I think. Cavity, and then where's the shadow? This might be helping a little. No, it doesn't actually. Let's use flat. This guy. No, nothing. No, it's getting worse. No, I think cavity is fine. This one is fine, and cavity is fine. Shadow is not fine. Yeah, that's gonna be better. So. So maybe now we can do that. Okay, it's not perfect as so often. No, but it'll do. For my purpose, it'll do. It'll do. It'll be. It'll. However, I think you're right. It's not that it matters actually. The reason why I undo it, I don't want to change the position of it. So let's do this again. Selection to cursor. No, what am I doing? Cursor to selection. Here we go. Selection to cursor. I can shrink that. It's fine. It's just that I don't want to change the position. I hope this is still okay. Well, I'm gonna risk it. Might be okay, might be not. So, me. Okay. Selection to cursor. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's not the perfect round object, but I just wonder if you, even if it would change the position, we could maybe tweak. Why is that? Hmm. Maybe I changed here some things. So okay, in this case, I think because I changed the angle, maybe, huh? That could be. That could be the reason for that. The whole thing. Yeah, that's good. So we changed the position of the whole thing, so it's still everything should be like kind of okay here. I mean, it's not, you know. So let's see, how does this look here? Okay, I need another guy here. Yeah, I need to see the whole thing. A bevel. That's also interesting. Let me just get rid of this guy to make sure. Let's go deep inside. This is deep inside. I'm just gonna delete that. Just to make sure here. Okay. Get this guy here back. Cursor selected. Here we go. Selection to cursor. Here we go. Oh, this looks okay. Good. Then let's do this again. Closing it. This we're gonna bevel. But that's one of the things you can actually later on to keep it low poly. A nice little feature what you can do with this method is saving in between. So I'm gonna just duplicate that guy. Let's make this to. So what you can do, let's say, I want to do a game engine. You can get already rid of the too many bevel stuff. I mean, this case doesn't make much sense, but in other cases it makes more sense. So you could select the bevel here. That's important. Then we go and say select similar, and then bevel. Now it selects all the bevel, which is similar. But we can actually increase that maybe. Make sure to select everything which is similar to this bevel. You can see you can increase because I have different values for those bevels. You can change that here. And now you can say turn them off. like so, and then give it this guy here, no? Which is not the bevel. Actually, it's not too bad, right? But it only looks good because of the cavity right now. So the cavity helps a lot actually. Cavity is this guy I'm gonna show you. This one here. So this gives it more depth, and you can see this is how helpful this can be, right? So, but anyway, I did something. I don't want to do that actually. I changed the default value from the select similar. I don't like that, so I'm gonna reopen that, and we still saved it. That's good. So that's a way of handling this. Can go a little bit back. And this one too. This one and this one. It's also a thing you realize when you do those kind of works. The details, they make a huge difference. I mean, obviously that shouldn't be such a brainer, but it is still, saying that and experiencing it, it's really. You can see this in games too, when there are a lot of details. Or let's say the assets do not have to be too great, but you have when you put a bunch of efforts, assets into a street, so you create a street, have a street, have like traffic signs, traffic lamps and stuff and cars, and then when you add some trash cans and some trash itself, the more you add, the more details you add to the whole scene, environment scene, the better it looks. Even though the assets, one asset at itself, it's not, even if the assets are not as strong, But also this can be overdone. Sometimes in games I get just tired because everything looks so perfect that there is no space for imagination, for imagining things, for dreaming, and then it tires me out. It's no fun. Although the game looks nice and stuff like this, there's something which is just boring to watch or to see. So sometimes it's has a tiresome effect on me. So here we can do something funny, I think, but that would be for later. Bam, 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 bam. We could do it like what would be a good approach, like so. I know, it would be easier doing it in this way. Let's give this a try. Mirror. Come on, here. I know, I need another. That was too many. I took away too many things. So we need. But if I do that, we have this guy here, right? So that's a little bit of a problem. How could I do that? Could maybe apply that already. Yeah. So we can. So maybe. I had an idea, but it doesn't work in this way. This place. this place is great if you wanna make things bigger on the normals when you don't use any texture. You can use it as, you know, to make it, you know, see, you can see where I'm it for right now. Okay. Bevel actually I can turn off. I think I need to apply this one here once. And then I can give it back. Now we can actually do what I wanted to do. We can cut this thing here. Although now it's actually not needed anymore. I have actually what I wanted. Yeah, so let's keep, I want to use a mirror modifier, which would work now, but it's not needed anymore. I want to have those lines. So I could have just applied the subdivision first. I'm going to show you what I mean. Or I'm going to show you what I wanted to do with, I mean, what I now don't have to do anymore, but basically using the mirror modifier would have been this guy here. Oops, no. No, how can I not, why can, it's okay. Let's do it like that. I think so. Okay, let's see if the go on to face mirror. Let's see. Now we have to change the origin point too. Let's use this guy. Let's see if it helps. No, in this case it doesn't help, so we have to set a new origin point. Could we use that guy? No. Set origin point to 3D cursor. And no, we don't need set. Well, actually, this is also not helpful. I have to. I mean, it's stupid because I actually doesn't make sense to do it right now. But I wanted to show you this, and now I'm stuck with that. Well, I said I'll show you this, so I'm gonna show you this. Here we go. This one. Yeah. So now I can get rid of this one, and now that should work. Set origin to 3D cursor. Here we go. And we have to increase guy. But it's not a perfect system, you can see that already. And we don't need this guy. No. So this one is not perfect. Yeah. So I wouldn't use it, but it's useful for other cases. But we could still use it by using a shrink wrap to make it, you know, let's use that. Boom, boom, boom. So that would help. Shrink wrap here, and then maybe displacement here. And now we can actually continue working on it. So it would still work as a modi, but I don't actually need this guy anymore because it's, although it looks now much better, it's still actually not that great. This guy here. So I'm gonna delete this. But you know, it would have worked anyway. So instead of that, we're gonna just select those guys again. The Shift D, P, select, you know, and then I'm just applying only one subdivision. Apply, and then I have this guy. Get the subdivision back. Displacement. So. And what I could do now, I mean, this is only if what the heck? Something is off. Ah, the origin point is off. But I mean, also because I'm not in the editing. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think we should use the shrink wrap again. But I think I'm gonna do it differently because it's still this method is also like the method before. It's better in this case a little bit, I feel like, but it's still inaccurate. So instead of doing it like so, I would, but I'm gonna just wanna play around with that now. Shrink wrap. This guy here again, and now down. Good thing what we could do to make it more accurate, which is overdone again. It's not needed. It's actually, I'm wasting time here. Should do something else. Give this guy here only those vertices here in front, a group. Now say shrink wrap should only use this vertex group. You can always alternate those guys here. Makes it better again, maybe. But it has other vertex group again here too, I think. Oh. Yeah, this guy here. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, this idea, let's just ignore that. It's completely nonsense. Doesn't work in this case. I think it's better to add this later. Just make it as bump effect or something like that. So same principle. Just this time I'm gonna just keep it like that. It's very tough here, very heavy. But I wanna just see. Actually, this might be useful. Yeah. And now we're gonna use, or will use, select mirror select. Where is mirror select? And extend is important. You can shift if this always, you have to hold on shift and then say this guy, and extend is important that it selects everything. But it doesn't select the bottom for some reason. Maybe because it's not quite, in order to make the mirror modifier work, this thing has to have its geometry in the middle, I think. Anyway, so let's not get too obsessed with that here, or obsessed. Yeah, let's just do it like so. Here we go, and yeah, that's what I wanted. Those guys. Maybe undo that. Select mirror. I'm gonna put this into here. Did this work? No. Yeah. No, I'm making, I think, a mistake. I'm sure I can come up with something better than that. The selecting method is not. It has a potential of screwing things up very fast, so it's not a good method. But I'm using it because right now I cannot think of anything else. You can already see there's a difference here. Those guys are wrong. So this would be what we need. Yeah, I'm gonna copy this guy. Wait. Transformation to deltas. Now I'm gonna copy this guy and make it. Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Make it. Yeah. Deleting those guys. Okay. Give it a solidify. A negative. And this would look like that, which is not great. But the thing is, actually, this is not too bad because this could be used as a bump, not as 3D stuff like for real, but more bump to save some geometry. But that would be one way. In this way, you can give it also a lot of, you know, geometry, and then later just, you know, get basically rid of that. So. It would be probably even better if this would not be a separate object. It would be a part of this one. So, and I think we can get rid of all the other stuff. And now let's just do this again. Now it fits a little bit better. Turning this one here on. This looks better, but still it's not really good. Okay, let's try this again. Only this time we're gonna no. Actually, yeah, that looks better. That looks much better. Now we can actually get rid of the faces here. It's still not really connecting. So as soon as I cut this off, oh, I see. So we can do this one more time. Not that it's necessary, but it's a good practice. Yeah, that's much better. Actually, we can leave it like that, right? That's actually good. But we don't need any bevel. But we need this guy. Ah, I see. No, we need bevel, but we do not need a microphone. Drip. So yeah, the only problem is to each. It might be better with an array modifier, because always, you know, selecting those guys here. I mean, one thing we can already do is giving them this guy so that we don't have to do that always. And now everything else doesn't need a bevel. Try this one here. Still not what I am looking for. I mean, this works for the baking the normals onto this, so to have it later as bevel, that would work. I see. I'm actually a little bit of an idiot. I should have used the front. That's why it's actually okay. The problem is it's already off in here. So if it's off in here, it's for sure off in the other one. So okay. But I'm still, I think there might be a better way to do that to make it not so tedious. So, last coffee cup. What time is it? Yeah. But yeah, that would be to make it look nicer. Or we're gonna do this later on. What we also can do is giving this guy overall an easier, so meaning, you know, decreasing the geometry. When we do this, when we apply this guy to a mesh, you know, it has an easier geometry to work with, and then give it, you know, one subdivision back. Then we can do the same thing in here. But yeah, what troubles me is this way of selecting I do not like. And here we can also already see a bunch of overdone things. Maybe I should fix that first before we continue with the other thing. Yeah, that's just not necessary. Oh, this one is fine. I think this one is just not needed. Yeah. Making it easier for later. But I don't want to be fooled with the thing. It looks, this guy, it looks cool, but it fools me a little bit, you know. It looks better, but it doesn't show me how this looks in other engines. Not that it matters. I mean, for my purposes, it's actually for the animation. But it doesn't do so much of it. It's not such a big difference, but it is a difference. We could also separate that, making those two objects, you know, which is easier to handle, to be honest. Does this make sense? I like it, but I wonder if this is a... No. Gotta turn some things off. Losing orientation here. Okay. Something is off in here, yeah. I see. I mean, that makes sense because this is, no, that's the advantage, disadvantage using this method. Let's just see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Again, turning it off in here. Okay, also for now. Gone. Yeah, looks good. I'll turn this off for a second. I can turn this on then. So. Not a huge difference, right? A little bit. Yeah, unfortunately we cannot see this option here, you know, in the edit mode. I mean, I'm meaning this one here. When this is turned on, it doesn't work. And you know, actually, I made a huge mistake. I should have changed. You see, the problem here is this is already screwed up because we changed the angle, right? So I just realized that. I think it's still usable for my purpose because it's gonna be for my little thing here. But changing the angle is something we should have done for next time or I should have done. It's always weird when you say we should have done it. I mean, it's the thing you talk to people. I guess I know, but it's come on. I should have done. You didn't make the mistake, so yeah, I should have done this one. Yeah, at the end, I think. Yeah, because yeah, we are not in the working with in the normal, so this is a crucial mistake if you want to sell that thing. I would say, when I change the rotation of this guy, you maybe remember that. So that should be something this one here. See, it's not a big deal here. It's not here, and here is okay. It's also technically fixable, or you can change it and then working along the normals. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter so much. Then let's see. This guy knows me here. I transform this guy to a mesh. How does this look now? Yeah, that's easier to clean. Yeah, that looks okay. That's easily being cleaned. And after cleaning, we can actually add bevel then. So by cleaning, I mean getting rid of all the rims. Like so. Too many. Needed. So that's the way I would clean that. This one is a little bit more difficult. Here to just take it out. So then I would be clean. And then we can give it a bevel, like so. If you want that. This one is easy to clean. This one for sure. It's a little bit annoying, but it can be fun too. Even you could technically even use it as a mental, as a meditation. Then you don't have to sit down like an idiot, like the people with, meditation. People think you have to sit down, then you're in a certain position and then meditate. That's completely bullshit. When I see that, especially, well, it just annoys me because there are so many ways to meditate, which I don't do at all right now. I'm not aware, but one thing is for sure, it's not the position, it's not the way you sit. Sure, it can help, if you like a certain position, but it's not the environment. It has to do with your own mental stage. You wanna, put things in perspective for yourself, so you can be aware of your thoughts anytime, whenever you want. It doesn't matter where you are, theoretically, even on a construction site. So when I see people sitting down like they do a whole thing, they think it's I mean, they're gonna be far away from achieving any, which no one achieves that anyways, but even further away. So I mean, it's fine if you don't know what you do and you're trying to think. I'm talking about the people who teaching those false things. Meditation is fine. It's great. It's actually helpful, and it also helps me. But I'm not practicing because I'm too lazy. But certainly, there is no need to sit in a certain position. That's nonsense. That is absolutely nonsense. Anyway, so here we go. Good. Bam, bam, bam. So I still remember I have changed the thing. I'm gonna show you this to the normal. See, there's a slight difference. Oh, is there actually? Yeah, this guy goes up a little bit. Well, if I plug in something, then that would matter. Okay, so you see that's how I would clean that guy here. But now I think let's give it some, which helps me always, making it look like a thing, and then we can think about putting in some details. Yeah, better. I just want to preview it a little bit. And technically, we could also use no, maybe not in here. But let's just do it because I have it. I don't even have plugged in my thing here. Let's try this one, saving beforehand. Small. No. I mean, we're not going to use this method, but I just want to try it out quickly. Yeah. That's also interesting. Also, just if you're a young person or something, if you like certain people and you think certain people are giving great advice and so on, that's all good. But think of that no one has figured out anything so far. There's just no human being alive who knows a solution to whatever you have for everything. So every human is wrong in certain ways and always will be wrong. But some things will be right. So sometimes people are right, but everybody makes mistakes. There is no, we all in the same thing. Everybody. Whatever. So there is no one which has the answer, like so for real. But some great advice. So best case is if you have someone who likes you and who wants to help you out, you should listen to those people who really want to help you out, even if they sound a little bit harsh. Yeah. Just be always skeptical about everything. But I mean, I'm talking about the social media people when they share some stuff with you. Okay, whatever. I think we are good to go. Maybe decrease the resolution. Yeah, I think this is good. Overall shape seems to be fine. Maybe we should add now something before I do that. Let's see. We have a little bubble if I do that. Test this. Let's check this out. I want that. think we do in here. Double check, I forgot which one I selected first. Yeah, that's better. I think we can leave that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But this here. No, I think it's fine. Just looked at my reference. Also, it's a little bit like that, actually. So maybe even see. Yeah, that's actually even better. Okay, I'm gonna. Those things are cool, but they are already, I think, obsolete now. We have to do this again. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Hmm? A little bit tricky, but maybe not too wrong. That's actually maybe even better. Guys, just do it again. Only just for now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this maybe after applying. Yeah, I think we're gonna add this later. This on for a second. I'm also not really happy with this guy here. Oh, let's undo that quickly. I forgot. Wrong thing here. Hmm. No, I like that actually. That's good. Just better. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I mean. It comes sometimes while you forget certain things you can do, and then you remember them again. A bit awkward for a second. Mm. actually. No, that's actually fine. Yeah, here we have a little thing. I wonder at this point if we actually need this guy. I like it better, I think. Yeah, but we could also make this just 2 paths. Anyway, let's keep it like that. Okay, so it already takes too much time. So it's gonna be, I need here. Okay, again. Maybe afterwards. Yeah. I mean, there is something we could try if it doesn't change too much. Let's move this. Yeah, this one here can help us a little bit. Sometimes it's helpful, but sometimes it's also overdone. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah. You can see you have a little bit of control over those things, but I'm not sure if I like that. Now we have a piece of art. Yeah, okay. No, I don't like it. Good, we have this little glitch here going on. We could maybe do that, but I don't want to do that right now. Because I'm probably maybe I could do it like so, but then no, we're gonna do this afterwards. Okay, I think the overall shape is being okay. It's not perfect, but let's just give it a try here. Let's just check it out again. Yeah. let's add this later. Okay. Okay, I wanna get an idea. So actually also not too bad doing this right now, because later on this might be helpful to ripping parts, ripping objects apart by selecting colors. So it's not too bad doing that, which can help to while we do the cleaning, you know. You know what I mean. So okay. Yeah, this we do later, and this fixing we do also later. So first thing is we're gonna decrease the amount. We could actually decrease it like so, almost. And now we're gonna put this guy aside. Saving. And let's make this guy to a mesh. Just testing first. Okay. Oh, wait. Before I make this to a mesh, this one, I'm just gonna apply this guy and this guy. Now we can use this one again. Let's see if we can fix this one here now. How can I see that? And there was a way to do that actually. I forgot. How did I do that? So that I can always see those things. Maybe we can change the render here. This was not it. I think we have to on here. This guy. This isn't really helpful right now. I don't remember how I did this last time. I'm just clicking things. Yeah, maybe. That looks a little bit better. Or maybe we can now use smooth correction. Yeah, this helps. Let's see how much it affects. Yeah, too much, too radical. No, I think we're leaving it. I have here a little bit of stuff going on. Yeah. Okay. Turn this off here again. Render. Like so. Let's not get too obsessed with that. Okay, we're gonna add some things here anyway, so let's just do this later. Meaning never. No, but we're gonna add some details. That's what we wanted to do. Maybe now I'm thinking maybe we should have done this earlier though. No, this is nonsense, I think. Yeah, let's maybe do this not afterwards, before. Yeah. Back. Yeah, might be better in this way. Okay. This bothers me that I cannot see that so well when it's... I mean... I don't know, this looks good. Wonder if I use that then. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, here I could make it better, but... Okay, I cannot be too crazy about that. Let's focus on this area anyway. out. Is this helpful? No, not really. It's still the problem here. No, we keep it like that. So a little bit of things going on, but we have to go into this area anyways. And I forgot this guy here. Something here which I want to memorize for later. No. No, I think maybe it's time for a break also. Okay, so a little bit here. This is a little bit tedious. Not ever, you cannot avoid that. I'm not sure. This is not the right way to go. No. Unfortunately, very a little bit tricky this area here. What if we only use this area? And then we use the smooth correction. This part. Affects also this one here. Yeah, this one is really tricky. Okay, let's say this. Normals. Mm. Not the way to go, I think. No. You know what? Let's go back to what I had before. Only that I'm gonna increase this to 2. And I'm gonna apply here. And apply. Because I'm really thinking this is gonna be easier that way. Yeah. So maybe we should also clean it up before I continue. So let's see if I do it like so. Now we need another one. Yeah, this works better, but that's we have to. But this one is this approach I should use. The question is, yeah, I think this one has a better potential to be successful now. Okay, let's try this though one with this guy first. Apply, apply. Yeah. Now we use 2 again. So seems to be not so. I don't, should not get too obsessed with those glitches here right now. Let's just try something else. Solidify. Yeah, this looks kinda okay. It's only has potential, but I wanna make it out of this part here. We also need this right now. Mm-hmm. Ah, but wait a second, I'm actually on the wrong track here. That's so what I like this here. Something like that. Yeah, let's give this a try again. Which one is this one here now? Let's try this one more time. Only that I'm going down here like so, maybe. Yeah, yeah, I think that's better. This is better. Yeah, this leaf like that. Yeah, something like that. Mm, copying it. Maybe this was for nothing right now. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think alright is a little bit. Yeah, maybe I should have made this 2 parts. Ah, it's okay. Looks like it would be. Let's check that out. I see. This part has to be round. I think the inside is fine, just the outer side seems to be. Yeah. But maybe it's deceiving right now. Because we changed this here. Yeah. So I think this one, the front is okay, it's just the other side. The other thing is this area here. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's this one here in the middle. Okay, let's fix that. Um, yeah, yeah. I think we have to go back. I think we have to go back because the. Well, maybe I can still use it for my purpose, but it probably is better to do this again. Let's see what we have here. How far could I go back? Oh, maybe we don't have to go back completely. Hmm. Let's see, could we fix that? We need to go back. No, I think I gotta get rid of certain things. Yeah. Unfortunately, but whatever. Okay, let's just get rid of this guy here. So let's just keep this one here. So now we need what the heck? Like so. No, we have to do this again. Selection to pretty cursor. Join. Okay. Yeah, something is off here. Hmm. A lot of fix. I think I got completely confused, but that's also part of it sometimes. So let's keep it that like it is. Well, let's fix it together. So let's bring the other thing back for orientation. You see already the problem here. I mean, it's fine, but we cannot. This really, I think what was really hard is changing the angle is really something I should have done in the end. It makes things more complicated, I think, but it can still help us to see, because I like it's not so bad. Because this in the middle was pretty okay. So we need something like that again. No, what is going on here? Boop. Ah, because of the mirror, I think. Here we go. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Let's see, this guy actually is almost... Mm-hmm. Okay, let's give it some color. Same problem, sometimes it's better turning this off. So, bam, bam. Mm-hmm. Not bad for no bevel. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. That is better. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Ah, this is a shitter. Okay, good. Yeah, I think that's better than before. At least we fixed the problem here, which is crucial. I'm actually glad I went back a little bit. Now we have the same problem here going on before. And I kind of forgot what I did. This seems to be already a little bit. Oh wait, this I forgot. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think I like going down a bit. This guy here. Do this one here again. Mm-hmm. I know, but that's really actually normal, kind of for me. I do this all the time like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this area is tough for me. maybe something like that. Something like that, not the approach. Just make sure. Okay. Get rid of this. Oh, this is actually helpful right now. And this can help me a little bit too. And it was an accident. I didn't meant to do that, so it just happened like that. Helps me visualizing it. What if I get rid of this guy? But now it irritates me. And you know what? Let's try a different approach. Let's get rid of this. And we're gonna add this later. Let's fix this one here first. Okay. Mm. Also not. Yeah, this part is really, really tricky. But I think I can do it. It's just more figuring things out. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I like the shape of it. Work with that a little bit. I like how it looks. This one maybe. Ah yeah, now we're getting to that. And I like this one. This was an accident. I like it. I just wonder. Cause some problems, but I think it's okay. Makes things more complicated. Yeah, I like the shape. Could be a new design. Shape is cool. And I think Robot Walter will be super happy. I didn't mean to put so much time into this thing, but I think, you know, the thing is, I gotta go pee actually. I gotta go pee. So I think now I can do this one here. Not yet. Yeah, like so, huh? Like so. Central, really. It's like much harder than you would expect. But isn't that not a challenge? And that's when we learn the most. Oh, but it fucking sucks sometimes. Yeah. No, the challenge is, I mean, afterwards it's good. If you're able to fix it, then it's cool. But if you can, then it's not fun. Hmm. Later. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna be happy finally getting a couch after a while. Tomorrow, delivery. I said this in the beginning of the video. You probably skipped everything, right? Because you just want to see the where is this going, right? Aye. If so, well, I understand. I personally don't even watch modeling videos. I only watch if I have to look for a solution. But I'm glad if someone enjoys that, so don't get me wrong. I mean, that would be, that's the best thing. If I see that people watching something, obviously that's the most rewarding thing ever. But YouTube in general is not really rewarding, I tell you that. So it's actually, videos like this, okay, if this doesn't work out so well, I mean, that's just, at least I have my own thing, so that's not a complete waste. I can practice my English, and I have my model, but when I create those animations and they're not gonna be seen, like the bicycle, the S-Bull, the motorcycle on my channel. But later on, then much later, people start to watch that. But I already moved on. So at the time where I wish people would have seen that, it's not actually happening, and that's not good for creative people. I tell you that. It's okay. I mean, you have to deal with that. But YouTube in general, not rewarding at all. even if it runs well, even if it's good, still, even if I have a good video, uh, then I think, oh, can I do this again? So, but I like the process of it, I like the recording, playing around with ideas. That's all good for. But rewarding wise, it's actually more rewarding to do something for someone because you have an immediate response, That's actually better for reward purposes. Yeah. Is this overlapping? No, just looks like that. Yeah, so I don't know, this one is so tricky. Could add another one. So it is definitely a weird thing, this YouTube stuff. And that's when you, for example, if you want to do some YouTube stuff, I mean, you have to look for, I mean, if you, well, I cannot tell about that. If you're succeeding immediately, I don't know how this feels. Probably is also a disadvantage. But if you are not succeeding in terms of, that you think, no one is watching anything, well, that's, obviously your goal when you try to do something, then, yeah, you should look for, well, what's the positive side of it. First of all, you should like it and what you get out of that, and that's helping you. So, but obviously, if you make a video, you want to have people to see that at the same time, even if this happens, then I get scared. So for me, it's a little bit. Okay, so I'm stuck here. So let's not burp on here. Too much babbling is sometimes not good. Yeah, that's the danger of having this active always. Finally I'm getting there. I thought I didn't even, I almost gave up, to be honest. I gave up, to be honest. But I'm not gonna finish this today. I really gotta go pee. Boy, do I gotta go pee now. Go! Go! Yeah, I will. Ciao tomate, could I say. So, here we go. Bumpity. Yeah, that's a sad thing. If you are a creative person, and you want people to, whatever it is, could also be like, music or something. If it's not being seen, it's, yeah, you will struggle with that a little bit. As a creative person, this is, it's mostly struggling, to be honest. Not necessarily that you are in a bad mood always. It's just, to me, it's like, I'm most of the time fine, but if I crush deeply. So then I really, really, if my energy is gone, and forget about me. You can, toss me away. But it's not that I'm being sad for long, so that's good, and then I'm continuing my stuff. So, but this is, part of being some, let's say, creative fantasy person, not a creative person, because as everybody is creative in some way, but more dreamy, like, that makes more sense, I think. Yeah. But there are also great advantages, For example, if I listen to music, I observe the the power of the music. I can dream so great that I get inspired by that, and that's really really cool. It's also a nice feeling. And about the rewarding stuff or something, I'm never gonna be like happy with, I'm always gonna feel the same, no matter, even if I have success in some way, determined, meaning more money. I'm always gonna feel the same. That I know for sure already. That's just part of it. Okay, I start to babble too much, and I gotta go. I think I'm gonna make a second part of this guy where I don't really know what I'm going for. I think I'm gonna fix some things. I think we are pretty much done. Um, yeah, maybe. You gotta go B. Yeah, would that work? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, creative people. Who needs so many? Okay, this is I gotta do a second part. This is 3 hours. It's already it's time to finish it. I didn't mean I actually wanted to work on my animation. However, I'm actually a little bit happy that I did this so far. I will make a next part, which will be not so exciting because I'm just gonna add some other things and maybe clean it up a little bit. That would be helpful, I think. But so far it's whatever. It's kind of okay so far. Also, I should not try to make it too perfect because I really gotta do my. That's a good to have this excuse because it's true. I really have my other thing going on, which I should need to work on if I want to actually finish it. Huh? Wait, hold on. Let's talk about. Huh? See, and the good thing is, when I get said, the good thing is, I'm 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 kind of funny. So in terms of I'm childish. So I have so much nonsense in my head that it's distracting me. Okay. Good guys. If you were watching it, enjoying it, blah 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 blah. Next part, we're gonna do some other stuff. I don't actually know what I'm doing, what I'm adding to it, but probably I think if this is fine so far, I would say we. It looks good with one. Yeah, with two. Yeah, I'm gonna make this to a mesh with two probably, and then we clean it up a little bit and add some details. Maybe we do some bump effect, but I don't know. Is my Bakemaster is installed, at least that guy is installed. Okay, great, good. Bye bye. Until later.